Good morning, all. I hope you slept well. I slept good. My back is on fire today. I think I overdo it. I definitely overdo it. It's that time of the month, too. That always adds a little kink to it. It does. And I start my job on Wednesday, and I'm one of those people I listen to my body. You know, I do overdo it a lot. If I'm at work, I give 150%, no doubt. And I know myself. Like, I can't not. That's been established. That has been established. That is not in my nature. And so, that said, you know, when I talk to friends or, you know, coworkers or things like that, I'm so big on your mental, your physical health. Like, people get so consumed with beating the bag, beating the pavement, and killing themselves for pennies, really, to funnel it back in the system. And your mental health, particularly your mental health, but your physical health is important. Your mind, body, and soul is important. That needs to always be at the forefront. And unfortunately, we live in a world, a lot of the times, more times than not, you're just a number, you know? The company you work for is not going to put you at, you know, the top and be concerned about your well-being. They're just not. It's just not how the country has been designed. I'm not saying there's not companies out there that do that by any means. But more so than not, I haven't had my fair share with them. I'm looking forward to starting a new company. But a couple things came to me. I saw this one reading. It's nice when people that I used to follow make their way back to my algorithm, since I have to start so many new TikToks for entertainment purposes only. And, you know, being that there's been so many narratives spread, particularly when it comes to me, and there still are, I'm a walking contradiction. I've come to terms with that. I'm a walking narrative for others. I've come to terms to that. God designed it that way. You can slice it, spin it, turn it, however you want, whatever makes you sleep easier at night. But at the end of the day, God turned it that way. And, you know, from the outsider looking in, and this is where it gets so funny when people like to interject themselves into your life and assume they know everything, or portray that they know everything about your life, but they don't know nothing. They don't take the time to get to know you, or they prejudge you, or they go based off he said, she said. And that's just the mentality of people. You have to recognize that that's just the mentality of people. You can't change that in people, so you just learn to not care. But I pose this. Anybody that had something to say when it comes to me resigning or my lifestyle then versus my lifestyle now, let me just be clear here. Let me clear the air. My lifestyle now, materialistic wise, is pretty much the same. I live at the same place. I drive the same vehicle. Pretty much the same. You know, I made a little bit more money, but whoo-wee, what I had to do for it, by the way. You know, and it's like, it's so funny when narratives and all this stuff gets spun. It's like, instead of spreading narratives, why don't people just come and ask? It's hilarious. You know, had I not walked through everything that I've walked through the last 2 years, that's why I give so much graciousness, so much gratefulness to it, because it's turned me and forged me into the person that God knew I would always become. So it was all divinely orchestrated that way. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about it by any means. And if you find yourself on the fence where you're talking and discussing about other people's lives, their materialistic value, what they carry, this and that, at the least, at the bottom line, you need to ask yourself why. Why do you care? Why do you care what that person does for a living or doesn't do for a living? Why do you care where they live? Why do you care what kind of materialistic value they have? How much money they have? All this stuff. Like, why does any of that matter? Like, I don't ever worry about or talk about stuff like that when it comes to people. Never have I ever, and never will I ever. None of that's, I just don't have time in my day or space in my day to worry about things like that. There's too many bigger things to worry about than that. And that's when you walk down loopholes like that, that's definitely gossiping, 100%. But when you walk down loopholes like that, right, you're just opening up avenues, pathways, right, to yourself of negative feelings, self-worthy issues, mind control, instead of just enjoying life, enjoying your life, whatever your life looks like, with your family, your kids, your job, your money, your materials, whatever. 100%. There's so many narratives painted because they did so many things in the background that they don't want to come to light. That's the only, I mean, that's the true thing, period. I don't know how else to spin it, change it, whatever. They're very, very, prominent people. They hold elite positions. They carry a lot of money. They have a lot of strings. And they do really dirty things. And they've done this for many, many years. Many, many years. And, well, my heart goes out to them. It really does. But I give grace and thanks every day that I no longer have to be in a circumstance like that. So if it's easier for you to paint narratives about me as to why I left, by all means, please do. Please do. I'm here for it. I'm here for the narratives. I'm here to be a walking contradiction. It makes no difference to me. I wasn't put on this earth to defend myself. I'm here to be a walking example of what God can do. God is my defender. If you have a problem with me, take it up with him. Particularly if you're not going to have the cojones to come talk to me about it. Instead, you're going to do it all in the back and create all these lies and schemes. The amount of mental torture that they have put me through in the last year and a half, this October will be 2 years, to corroborate their story, they're leaving all of that out. They're leaving all of that out. How many people they paid to come into my life and create tornadoes and false realities? Every freaking person in my life, particularly my son. This is what these people did. You have to think. Why would a person in their right mind want to work for a company that does such? Could you imagine? Could you imagine the owner of the company getting on the phone with your kid, telling him he needed to quit soccer, he needed to return the suit that I bought him, he needed to get a job, and that he needed to step up because his mother is out here breaking her back for him? Now that is not normal behavior. That is not normal behavior, period. All right, so spin it, run it, however you want to, but it's not. Circle back to me when you figure out how that's normal behavior. Circle back to me. It's important to be free in your own energy. That came to me last night. It's important to be free in your own energy. I'm gonna make another video for that. But I felt compelled. I saw this video talking about materialistic things. Man, don't find yourself on the side of the fence worried about other people's materials. You're just wasting your energy at that point. You really are. Just, if you find yourself on the fence where you're doing such, just try to remind yourself it's not that important. Why am I worried about these things? I don't know how else easier I can make that. I love you guys.